the budget committee, yeah, as you know, Catherine, we spent about $500 out of our $1,500 budget last year, which we explained to the budget committee was we put in a lot more gross basis than was sustainable, and we accepted a $1,000 donation, which is unanticipated, and it just was a lack of having the town reimburse.
Justification for cutting $1,000
Sure.
further, because you're not guaranteed you're going to get a gift every
Yeah.
year. It seems to me.
I thought that we made that pretty clear to the budget committee.
I understood that.
Thanks. So anyway, just FYI for deliberative session, I feel like we should be seeking additional funds. That's what I intend to do at deliberative session. I'll probably stand up and ask for an amendment to the budget. Okay. Committee updates. Fogel, you're here.
Yay!
I have down website approval and townwide mailer approval, and we talked about 2023 programs and activities.
Yep.
But we can, I guess the trustees should take a vote on. Well, actually, I don't think we have to do that. The approval of use of library lot is, I think it's in our agreement.
Well, I think as long as you've been notified, so you've been
Yeah,
notified.
we've been notified for the year.
Yeah.
We know the events.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we probably should have put in that we decorate the lot for Halloween. But, anyways,
I don't think that, well,
whatever.
I don't want to speak for all the trustees, but I don't think we care as much as the selectmen. But
Right.
now that we know the selectmen don't have control over that lot.
Yep. Okay, so there's a couple of things. So number one is that Fogel is going to be putting a little bit more effort into the garlic gathering, growing it this year, and so we're putting together a budget for a few different things just to kind of see how the turnaround happens.
Growing the event.
Growing the event.
The word of garlic is growing the event.
Growing the event. So one of the things that we wanted to do was put together a website for that. But in looking at, for example, the Canaan Library website, they have a lot of things that I think that this library could use also, and we could tag the Garlic Fest on after the fact. So we could effectively donate a website to the library so that it has contact information, the hours, like all that good stuff, because I realized that even as a person who's in the circle of library community, I had no idea how to join the astronomy club, and I didn't know where to find the information. And I thought that that was really telling, because we have such a problem with communication in this town, and that was one of the strategic goals. That was part of the strategic plan finding, was that we needed to step into the role of communicating information. So Fogel and I talked about it, and we would like to donate a website to the library. So we would put together something for you guys to review. And Fogel would have a page under that, so it would be like, I don't know, Grafton, New Hampshire Library, and then, there would be slash, it'd have hours, slash contact, slash collection, slash Fogel, slash garlic gathering, slash, barn, slash, so the question would be how we operationalize that. So, how do you guys want to approve things? How do you want to, because I kind of see there's only 3 of you. We have a little bit more resources to draft things, but ultimately it has to be yours.
Does it have to be yours?
Yeah, I mean, it could be a friends of the
It'd
library
be much
page.
easier if you just wound that on the side. No, honestly, there's no reason. No, there's no reason for the library. to
Well,
be
I mean, I
involved.
think some of the stuff I have to think about it. I mean, I don't.
I feel like I've
The
seen a lot of town library pages, or it just directs you to a friend's library page because they just have so much more nimbleness to do
Right.
things.
You wouldn't be tangled in approving every change or whatever. If you're just providing information and stuff, then there's no reason you can't do that.
I mean, unfortunately, I think that the the narrative that happens here is that Fogel runs the library, is what we hear all the time.
I think by having a website where you're forced to have a photo section under it would even more promote that.
You think so?
Yes. Because it sounds like you're giving the website a condition that you have your own stuff on it.
That is a
would be
different.
my take on it.
That's a different take than I've heard. Interesting.
I mean, the trustees could feed you. I mean, it'd be nice that we need some sort of landing page. If we go forward with this building project, we need
Yes.
some sort of landing page that we can feed, Fogel, or we can just feed the website information about the library construction project.
I mean, I think
So-
there's some really there are some big voids in information right now. How to find the events, like the calendar is just, if it doesn't end up, so the calendar's a big one, because they're not gonna go looking at the town website for that, they're looking for a library specific feed. Not everybody's on Facebook. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to fill that void, because we wanna communicate our information too, and you guys. So
Yeah,
it's-
I don't know what the conflict would be. I'm trying to just understand what the conflict would be, having a library website
Well,
that,
it just sounds the way that you're proposing it is we will gift the library a website, but we want our stuff under it. So it sounds pretty conditional there.
yeah. I hear that, I do,
Mhm.
but I know if I was trustee, and, I would want more than just that, I would even put links to Benevolent Society if they wanted it on there,
Right.
or any of the
Right.
other committees in town, or, whatever, it wouldn't just be Fogel would just be one of the links on it.
That sounds good.
So I think, what do you guys think?
I like your idea about links.
Well, I think that if somebody's searching for something about the library, and if they come up, their search engine brings up Friends of Grafton Library, they're gonna be more apt to come to that or Grafton Public Library, you know what I mean?
You
I
can-
know when I
you-
look
You
at,
can call it whatever. I can open the website and call it Grafton Library. There's nothing stopping me to do that.
Right. Right.
oh, I see.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh, interesting.
Grafton, Massachusetts already has
Grafton, West Virginia, Grafton.
Really wanted that one, but it's okay.
Be interesting. I see a little bit of a conflict there with, Fogel administrating and managing it, and we're calling it Grafton Library website.
Well, I would have somebody on the trustees manage
Yeah.
those sections.
I feel like the trustees have we have the town website, we have the landing page that gives our hours, the strategic plan.
Right.
So I feel like it'd be best to have a Fogel branded
Okay.
website, because I mean you're going to be the fundraising arm for this library project anyway, and I feel like that's kind of the impetus to get this website out there, is to share that information.
I mean,
Also events
that's-
and programs.
yeah,
but
that's one of. I mean, what started this was the garlic gathering, because we wanted to have a website for that. But then I realized that there are a whole lot more needs than just the garlic gathering.
And you guys, could you put a link to that website on
on
the
the
town
town
website?
website, yeah.
Hmm.
And you don't need our permission to create a website.
No, not at all. But I just liked the way that the Canaan Library one looked, as far as like how it was organized and how it was presented. The difference between them and us is that Fogel's a little bit more of a animated group than their friends group is.
Canaan's listening.
I know.
think. Yeah.
It's okay. I'm friends with the trustees too.
She just called you.
I'm sorry, but we are a little more animated.
Well, it'd be great for you guys to get a website, and
Okay, so you just want us to do it on our. I mean, what about the events and stuff though? Should we put those on ours?
sure.
So it's just more like library community events.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have our events on the town calendar. I mean, just
Right.
like your events are too, but
Okay.
the more the merrier, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think
Does
that.
that
Yeah.
work?
Yep. And then as far as a townwide mailer, we talked about paying for that before the vote.
Yep.
To distribute even more information about the plans.
Yep.
But that's, again, we're gonna have to, figure out a review cycle and like what that looks like. Do you wanna do that now? Review cycle for the mailer? Like when the first draft has to go out, when the second draft has to go out,
Oh.
give you time to review.
Printing.
Printing.
Our next meeting is the 16th of February.
Okay. And then when is your March one?
After town meeting.
Okay. And remind me, with things like mailers, we can't do that in email. We have to do that in a meeting.
If you're looking for a decision from us, yeah.
Approval of text.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really early.
The 16th is really early. I mean, if we approve it, then it gets printed.
Well,
That'll take a while.
I was hoping to send it out like the week before vote.
What is vote, March?
11th?
14th.
No, 14th.
It's pretty late this year. It's the latest it could be, I guess. It means you can't procrastinate.
Yeah, right.
Alright.
But we should have all the information by the end of the month as far as the town's
Water
information.
over there.
You know,
Oh,
the water levels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we're also trying to put together some stuff, correct? For that newsletter.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so then I will try to have, can we do a first review before the meeting and then approve the final at the meeting? Is that kosher?
Sure.
Alright, so I'll try to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys preview it online though, right? It's just the vote to approve it would be.
Right.
You can't make any decisions.
Can they review drafts?
They can review, but they can't make any decisions on it.
Okay, alright. Decisions like,
Yeah.
you need a period there, or...
No, that like proofreading is fine. Just
Right.
this is fine. This is fine.
Okay.
Right. But they can't get into it back and forth, like, well, yeah, I think you should do it and change that and change it.
Okay.
Susan just wanted us to share that book club was really successful this month. They had 13 at the last discussion, and they have a whole list of this year's books. And I think we should probably print that, I guess, and put it, make it available in the library. So that seems to be going well. Good news. And then just last on the committee updates is to keep the strategic planning fresh in our mind. I looked through the implementation part of the plan for 2023, and that includes just continuing to improve communication. So if Vogel is still interested in doing the mailers to the town, sharing library news and events, that's, I think, a huge service to us. We definitely appreciate that. To look at facility needs, to optimize library hours, to build up a library volunteer base and program was on that list, which is a holdover from last year that we never really got going. It's not going to get going without library staff, for being honest.
sorry, what did you say didn't get going?
The volunteer program
Oh, yes.
to kind of optimize library staffing here. Talked about planning programs and doing series of local topics, so it seems like we've got that started. That'll be great to have kind of a plan this year. And then also seeking out and acquiring grant funding to supplement taxpayer dollars. So that's what we have to look forward to in 2023 according to our strategic plan. So I'll just try to make an effort at the month's meetings to check in on that and plan.
So do you need a building subcommittee to get stuff reviewed in the next couple
Yeah,
weeks.
so I'm gonna put that, I guess, in other business, which is where we're at now, because I
Yeah.
didn't put it in the agenda. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a big project, both to get the news out about the article that we voted to recommend and petition on the warrant, and then if it passes, implementing it and making sure the project happens. So we're gonna need a subcommittee, I think, to save normal library trustee hours for porta potty talk and subcommittee time for closing back, right?
Porta potty time.
Oh, you can't make it up.
So specifically, I think we need stuff scheduled before deliberative session, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we're looking. Deliberative session is in 1, 2. We have 2 full
It's the
weeks.
11th, I think.
Oh, that's
February
right.
11th.
So if there are more than, I mean, all the trustees should. Yeah. All the trustees should be encouraged to be on that subcommittee if interested, which will make it a public meeting. So we'll have to think about that for posting and minutes. Is there? I know Jeff, you love meetings, but it seems like you're also interested in this library project.
For sure, for sure. I wanna see those blueprints.
If we were
I
to,
wanna help design the blueprints.
what is?
So do you have designing experience?
Good. Can use you.
Pardon me?
Can use you.
No, I said, do you?
Oh, I thought you were saying you had.
No.
No.
Oh,
But I'm imaginative,
that's important.
and I think outside the box.
That's important too.
So it looks like next week, at the earliest anyway, in order to post it. I think weekends are going to be best for me. Evenings are tougher. You guys have strong thoughts or feelings?
I say Saturday after the library closes.
Yeah, it seems to work really
Pretty
well.
much the easiest that we can do.
Yeah,
That's when we usually have the formal meetings,
good.
Okay.
which we have one
On the
coming up
on the 4th.
on the floor.
Okay. So how about want to say 1 o'clock on Saturday the 4th? Talk about library plans and.
Okay. We'll move forward.
Yeah, we have to move forward
That's
with
fine.
that.
Oh, you guys have a.
It's fine.
Oh,
We'll move it.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll deal with
We'll
it.
deal with it.
So, are you inviting anybody that wants to help out on that committee?
No, I think we
to
should
that meeting?
we should narrow the subcommittee so it's not just everyone. I mean, the trustees, some representative from Fogle. I think Mike Duffy has done a lot of survey work. I don't know if he'd be interested in being on the subcommittee or at least coming to the first.
I can ask him.
You know, Mike is the guy who for several years now has volunteered to do survey at the library lot and kind of develop a site plan. Paige, if you're interested in subcommittee as an interior architect, that's great. Joe, if you're interested as a tinkerer, mechanic, whatever, dog walker, watcher, chaperone, that'd be great. Yeah, I mean, we could take recommendations. Do we have to?
I don't think we
We
need
don't
to.
have to be super formal about.
I don't think we need to
membership.
include everybody who's done or has volunteered to do work on the subcommittee. They can just come when they need to present their piece.
Yeah, right.
So if Mike doesn't want to participate in the whole thing,
Yeah.
we can.
It seems like next Saturdays will really just be laying the groundwork, making sure we have all the material ready, coming up with language, right, or presenting material that we have already from years of studies and.
Yeah, right, because we wanna be able to, publicize.
Yep.
What we're doing prior to the election.
Do we wanna think about alternative energy yet?
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
Like getting
We-
some
We'd have,
Revision Energy or somebody like that to come to that meeting, or is it too early?
oh, yeah, no, they don't need to be involved in
I think
something like
they're,
that.
yeah,
They don't, at this stage, they would be estimating, they're not doing much of,
So, but as part of earlier conversations, oh gosh, from years ago, Paul Lavelle on Williams Hill, he does energy modeling, and so he offered to do energy modeling for the site and look at things like solar and how to make
We
it as
are
close to
rich
net zero as
in-
possible.
in expert,
Yeah.
experts for us. So we've got,
Don't have-
we've got a lot of people who are lined up to help us out, which is
Yeah.
just really amazing.
This is all probably sounding very new to you, Jeff, but it's based on, I mean, we have binders of all the stuff that we've done in the past, so we'll make sure that you get that material so you can look it over and
Okay, sounds good.
get yourself up to speed. Has any of this changed your mind about hiring a director for? Okay.
No, I didn't just decide tonight, I just been thinking about this for some time. And if I had thought about it prior to the interview night, I wouldn't have gone to the interview, because I wouldn't have wanted to interview him. But since then, I've been thinking, you believe you're doing the right thing, I know, but I believe I'm doing the right thing. I think we need a gigantic push, and I'm here to help provide it.
I reiterate that it seems like it's a little like we're deflating the tires on the car that's moving forward. So I respectfully disagree.
Okay.
But I know that changing minds is like changing clothes, and no one likes to do it in front of people. So think it over.
That's a good one, I'll remember that.
And any public comment before we adjourn?
What's the current status with for open hours?
That's so the library is. We knew the library's going to be closed on Saturday. That was pre-scheduled. There's a sign there just because of staffing. So, yeah, the last day as of now that we have open is Monday the 30th. We'll have to talk to our staff that we have left.
Going forward, there's one person who's...
We have 2 staff members
Two
left. Very limited hours. So
I thought
we will find out.
Sharon was gonna be working full-time.
She does have a full-time job. She said that she would stay on at very limited hours, so we just don't know what that looks like yet. Yeah.
So, can you add a alternate trustee that would be able to vote if you have to abstain or no?
I mean, it's good to have alternates anyway.
I
We would
understand.
have to recommend alternates to the selectmen.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it looks to me at this point that you've got a trustee that's not gonna keep the library open, then there must be some way around that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not like we can just have. I don't think we can just have another alternate here to also wait, like have 4 people voting. I don't think that
Yeah,
works.
Yeah.
So unless Jeff did not show up to February's meeting, we pull in the alternate and we move forward with a library director. But that's where we're at until March.
Well, I can just say that that's insane.
Andrew, is the Strongly Club still part of the library group?
Is what?
The Strongly Club is still part of
Yes.
the library?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, if I could please have library groups that don't use the town hall, please clean up after yourselves. The 21st, the Strongly Club left the floor all dirt and mud.
Oh, really?
I walked in the corner here, it's mud everywhere. Chris was nice enough to take care of it.
Was it snowing that day? I was skiing. Yes, it did snow that day. I went to the meeting.
I'm surprised me knowing that those individuals usually
Yeah, I
like to
know,
mop,
they're so-
mop the
yeah,
town
they're
hall, make it
so-
better than when they found
They're
it.
so
themselves.
meticulous. But
And just
we'll mention it.
reiterate.
Yeah. I get it.
We've been on this big tear about keeping that place clean.
Yeah, right.
I can't just,
I get it.
All right, there being no further public comment, let's adjourn at 7:14.